As I said in my email, it's really important we all stay well, we stay safe, but also recognise that doing some yoga actually can really help. It can really help. It can, as I think I mentioned, just by moving, you're going to release some tension that might be in your body. It will enable you to rest and to get to that point where you feel calm and still. So what yoga does is, and you may have noticed this at the end of the class, you feel a little bit calmer. Now, even though you might have done quite a dynamic practice, you're feeling calmer. So what yoga does, it actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which means that you're able to rest and be present. And being present is the thing I think that yoga can give us the most of at the moment. Because I know my mind is whirring away, ruminations about what if, this uncertainty. We don't really know what's happening, if we're really honest. There's a lot of suggestion, a lot of scenarios, a lot of conspiracy theories. And what yoga does, it grounds us, it brings us back to this moment, to the fact that you are sitting here or at home on your mat about to practice yoga. And that's where we are. And that can be enormously refreshing for a mind that can be really busy. And so, thank you for joining me. So what we're going to do, we're just going to close our eyes. So just sit comfortably. So at home, if you're practicing at home, sit on a cushion if you don't have a bolster. And just adjust the weight from left to right, from right to left, just to see that you're feeling centered and that you're feeling grounded. Feeling the weight down through your sitting bones. And being comfortable, so either straddling a cushion or a bolster to your thighs. So palms up, this is going to feel a little bit more energizing. Palms down, it's going to feel a little bit more grounding. So you may just want to flip them slightly from one side up and down, just to see which feels better for you today. I suspect for some of us, grounding is good. If you're feeling very tired, sometimes having the palms upwards is also a great gesture. So just let the eyes be soft and see if you can turn inwards, turn into your breath. Just tune in. Adopting the Ujjayi sound. So the Ujjayi sound, as you may remember, is the sound of the breath in the throat. It's a very, very gentle rasping sound. It's not a harsh sound. It's that gentle sound, breathing in and breathing out. Feel the breath in the belly. Feel the breath in the ribs. And if you're feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit tense, then try breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's as though you're fogging a mirror up. So breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. See if you can keep your face relaxed, your jaw relaxed, your eyes relaxed. Notice the texture of your breath, the texture of the sound of your breath. We're not trying to force the breath or change the breath in any way at all. We're just trying to observe it, be a witness to our breath. Very good. And see also, can you extend the exhalation part of your breath? The exhalation part of your breath. So maybe breathing in for the count of, let's say, 3 or 4, and breathing out for the count of, say, 5, 6, or 7 or 8 even. No, please don't try to force the breath, but see if you can increase the exhalation, the length of the exhalation, still with the ujjayi sound in your breath. And as you breathe out, can you release? Can you let go of maybe some tension in your eyes, in your throat, in your neck, in your shoulders? Can you just let that leave as you exhale? Just becoming really involved with the sound and the feeling of your breath. This is a great precursor to a practice or to a meditation. It brings us back to earth. It grounds us and centers us. Really useful at times, perhaps like now, when there is a lot of anxiety, a little bit of uncertainty, just coming back to our breath, coming back to our center, to the present moment. It sort of earths us. Lovely. Let's do 3 more rounds of our breathing together. And then when you're ready, gently drop your chin onto your chest. Keeping the heart lifted, drop the chin onto the chest, and with your right hand, take your right hand over the back of your skull and very gently draw your chin down. Feeling that lengthening through the back of your neck, through the shoulders. We're not pulling the head too much, just feeling that lengthening through the back of your neck. Heart lifted. That's it. Good. And then gently release, keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Good. And then stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. Bend your right elbow. Take your right hand gently onto your left ear. Don't pull too hard. And then gently draw the right ear down towards the left shoulder. That's it. Now with the heel of your left hand, press your left heel of your hand away from you. So you get a little bit more of a stretch through the side of the neck, up through maybe from the shoulder. You'll all be feeling it in different parts of the shoulder. If it feels comfortable, you can drop the eyes down towards your right knee, and that can actually accentuate the stretch through the left side a little bit more, or it may not. Just see how it feels, but it can actually just add that little bit extra as you stretch through the side of your neck. Lovely. Gently release. Good. Coming back to neutral. And then very slowly and gently take the left ear down towards the left shoulder. So you may already feel a stretch through that right side. Stretching your left arm up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Taking the hand over the ear and again gently draw that ear down. So you're drawing the left ear down towards your left shoulder. So again, with that heel of the right hand, if you flex the right wrist and press the heel of the hand away from you. It accentuates that feeling all the way down the shoulder, down to the wrist. And again, if you want to, just gently drop the eyes down towards the left knee, and this will help to accentuate that stretch. Lovely. Breathing well. Lovely. Good. And then release. Good. So now bringing the chin in again, dropping the chin onto the chest. And with your left hand, gently take your left hand over the back of your skull and draw your chin down. Good. So it can feel very different actually just doing it on this side. Just these slight changes as we breathe into the shoulders. Very good. And then gently release. Good. Let's just roll the shoulders a few times just to release into the neck and the shoulders. Lovely. And then reverse the direction. Nice. Good. Good. Let's interleave the fingers in front of you. Press the palms of the hands away from you. Inhale and stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. So if your shoulders are feeling a bit tight today, don't worry about overstretching. So keep a softness in the shoulders. Let's also draw the belly in. So draw the Mula Bandha up, tailbone down. So we're feeling that lovely lift and lengthening through the sides of the body. Lovely. Good. Really stretching up. It's, when we really stretch like this, we realise how very seldom we actually stretch. Actually, how lovely it is to open the body. Good. Lovely. And then you're going to take your right hand down. I'm mirroring you now. So take the right hand down, keep that right elbow slightly bent, a softness in the elbow. Stretch your left arm up and stretch over to your right side. Breathing up and down your left side of your body. So try and really ground your left sitting bone down into your bolster. Yeah, lovely. Inhale and come up. Let's change the interleaf. So the one you would have got is the one you know and love. Move the fingers along one. Press the palms of the hands away. Inhale. Stretch up. Lovely. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. And don't do what I'm doing, which is overarching. Keep the tailbone down. Lovely. Lifting the heart. Lovely. Good. Well done. Breathe. Drop your left hand down. Good. So a slight bend in the left elbow. Stretch the right arm over. That's it. So feel that right sitting bone drawing down. And breathe into that sort of sticky area around the right rib cage, underneath the right shoulder. Okay. Good. Inhale and come up to the center. Well done. Clasp your hands behind your back now and open the heart, lifting the heart up towards the ceiling, feeling that opening through your shoulders. Good. Lovely. Lovely. Well done. And then release. Okay, let's stretch the legs out in front of us. Just flex and extend your toes. Just nicely getting the feeling back into the legs. Lovely. Good, let's circle the ankles, getting some movement in the ankle joints. Yeah, good, the wrist can take part as well if you like. Good. So stretch the arms forward, forehead down. Breathing into your back. Good. Lovely. So walk the left hand away, walk the right hand away, feeling that length through the sides of the body. You can press your hands into the stickiness of your mat, taking your hips back towards your heels. Lovely. Good. You breathing. Let's walk the hands over to the right. So you lift your rib cage up slightly, taking your rib cage onto your right thigh. Stretch the fingertips away from you. Draw the chin in so you bring your inner ears in line with your inner arms. Inner ears? Your ears in line with your inner arms. That would be interesting. Well, it's the same thing really. And then stretch the left leg, this left, oh dear me, I've lost it now. The left hand away from you. So feel that lengthening through the left side of your body. This is going to look a bit weird on camera because I'm looking at everybody, but you don't need to look up, obviously. I want you to keep stretching that left hand away, and if it feels okay for the shoulder, drop the left elbow onto the floor, but then at the same time try and crawl those left fingertips away so you feel that. There's a lovely stretch for the shoulder, but be gentle. Those of you with shoulder issues, you know what to do. Just because I'm not there telling you, make sure that you're behaving and that you're not overdoing it. It's a strong stretch, this one. Good. Let's walk the hands back to the centre, and let's walk them over to the left-hand side. Lift the rib cage slightly up, taking the rib cage on front, on the top of your left thigh. That's it. Walk the hands away. Particularly the right arm now. Good. Lovely. And then drop the right elbow down if that feels okay. I'm not going to do it because my right shoulder's a little bit tight this morning. So, dummy it again, connecting with the body, really feeling the stretch through the right side of your rib cage and your shoulder. Good. Let's come back to the centre. Good. And come up onto all fours. Lovely. Good. So what I'd like us to do is do a sort of thread the needle thing. So we're going to bend the right elbow, scoop your left arm underneath your elbow, resting the side of your head on your mat. Now, if your neck is feeling a little vulnerable, take a little bit more pressure on the right hand, so you're not collapsing. I don't want anybody collapsing anyway on the side of their head, but just feel that you're lifting away from the mat. Good. If it feels okay, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Thank you. Right arm. That would be quite interesting. Yeah. Good. Again, please, if that doesn't feel right for you, then good. Slightly lean back, it's opening into our shoulder. Well done. Take the right hand back down, gently press yourself up, and let's do the same on the other side. Bending your left elbow, slide your right arm underneath your left arm. And then again, if it feels okay, stretch that left arm up, leaning back into the shoulder. Nice way to open up into the shoulders. Good. Well done. Gently bring that left hand back down again. Let's come back up onto all fours. Let's take the knees the width of the mat again. You might need to get some padding underneath your knees. We're going to sit back onto our heels. A couple of options here. The first one is we're then going to draw the belly in, roll over the knees, lift the heart, and coming into our variation of cow pose. Of course, those of you whose lower backs aren't feeling feeling a little vulnerable, I'd like you to do cow pose. Let's do this a few more times in our own time with our own breath. So breathing in into your cow pose, or the variation, and breathing out into your Virasana or cat pose. Moving in time with your breath. Opening the heart as you lift up. Well done. Lovely. Good. Flexing and extending the spine. Good. Moving with your breath. Very nice. Close this door. Lovely, everybody. Well done. Good. And then let's all come up onto all fours. Tuck the toes under. Sit back onto your heels. If you've got socks on, take them off. Sit back onto your heels. Walk your hands away from you. And then let's lift up nice and slowly. Let's hover the shins first of all above the floor. Good. Really feeling the backs of the toes, pressing all 5 toes on each foot down, and then drawing the belly in. And then start to gently straighten the legs. Check in with how your hamstrings are feeling. If the hamstrings are feeling a little bit tight, you know what to do. We keep the knees slightly bent. Have the feet hip width apart. That's it. Lovely. And let's just throw in a cheeky plank just to check that our shoulders and our feet are the right distance apart. Lovely. Good. And then drawing the belly in. Up we go again into our downward facing dog. Well done. Let's lift all the toes away from the floor. Spread them nice and wide. Well done. And then take them one at a time back down onto the floor. Gently bend your left knee and without pushing too strongly, take the right outer heel down towards your mat. Inhale, come up onto your tiptoes. And exhale, bending the right knee and take the left outer heel down. Good. Do this a couple more times. Inhaling up onto your tiptoes, exhaling, alternate heels down. But feel it's the outer edge, it's the outer heel that's down. This is nice. Well done. Good. Lovely. Anytime you want to come down into child's pose, please do so. Good. Lovely. Good, so that's the others now. Let's all come down. Let's all come down into child's pose. Good. Making sure the shoulders are above the wrists and the knees underneath the hips. Sorry, I beg your pardon, come into all fours. Sorry, everybody. So let's take the right foot out to the side. So you're taking the right foot out to the side, dropping that right hip down towards the left knee. Yeah. Good. Now, similar thing that we did before, we're going to bend the right elbow slightly and then take the left hand underneath and take that left hand to the outside of your right calf or your right thigh, or hang on to your trousers, it doesn't matter. Now, we don't drop the head onto the floor this time. You're going to lift the elbow up and then twist to look underneath your right elbow. Good. And at the same time, keep breathing. Lovely. You can really feel this lovely opening in the back, or sort of around the ribcage area. Well done. Inhale and exhale and release. Well done. Walk the hands back up and you're going to take the hands onto your hips. Good. So that right foot is pointing forward. Dropping that right hip down towards, it's sort of dropping this right hip down towards the left knee. Let's slide the right hand down. Turn the inner left arm up. Inhale and stretch up. Let's really stretch up even before we stretch over. We're going to stretch up. So we get that length through the left side of our body. This is nice. Take a breath in. Over we go. We're going to stretch all the way over to your right ankle. Good. It's called gate pose. Well done. Keep breathing. Brilliant. you that maybe you're a little bit reluctant. Good. Well done. Inhale and come back to the center. Nice, take the left fingertips down. Stretch the right arm up. Inhale, here we go, over we go, to the left side, breathing up and down our right side. Little bend in the left elbow as you did before, please, so we're not overextending into the elbow. Good, now we'll do a sort of windmilling thing here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, draw the belly in. Inhale, come up, and exhale, over to your right. Inhale, do this all in your own time. Yeah, you don't need to follow my instructions, just work with your own rhythm of breathing. Good, inhaling up, good, exhaling down. Don't forget the bandhas, you're using your Mula Bandha, your Uddiyana Bandha to keep you nice and stable, to feel grounded when you're doing this pose, even though there's a lot going on with the windmilling of the arms. Good, well done. Good, let's do one more time, and then come up together to the center. Lovely, well done, nicely done. Let's take the right knee down and take the left foot out to the side. Good. Drop that left hip down. That's it, so it's a real sort of drawing of the left inner thigh down towards the right knee. You feel quite a good stretch through that left inner thigh. Yeah, lovely. Good. Bring the hands forward. Lovely. Bending that left elbow, slide your right hand underneath. Just holding on again onto the outside of your left thigh or left calf. Lifting the left elbow up and twist and look underneath your left armpit. Lovely. Breathing into your ribs. So you'll all be feeling it in different places. It tends to be in the back of the ribs, of course. And direct your breath into those little sticky areas. Good. Drawing the belly in. Let's gently come back to the center. Walk the hands back up towards your knees. Take your hands onto your hips. Drawing that left hip down. Gate pose. Let's take that left hand down. Sliding it down towards your left heel. Inhale. Let's get that outward rotation. We've been doing this all turn. We've been turning the inner arm out. That's it. And then stretch the right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathing up and down that right side, and then stretching over to your left. Lovely. Good. Okay, making this a little bit more dynamic now. Inhale, coming up, taking the right fingertips down, and stretch the left arm over. Good, let's keep going. Inhaling up. Exhaling, good, really moving with the breath. So inhale, we come up, and then exhale, we get that lovely stretch through the sides of the body. Very nice. Good, couple more times. Remember to use your bandhas, please, so you keep nice and secure and safe with your back. Good. One more time, I think. Let's do one more. Lovely. Well done. And then come back. Well done. Just replacing your left knee down. Well done. Sit back onto your heels. Lovely. Clasping the hands behind your back. Lift your heart. And fold forward, take your forehead onto the mat. Your bottom's going to come away from your heels, don't worry. And take the arms over your head to the Yoga Mudra pose. Good. Great. Try and get the shoulders away from the ears. So we tend to punch the shoulders up here. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Good, inhale and come up. Well done, really nicely done. Come back onto all fours. Good, tuck the toes under, sit back onto your heels, walking your hands away from you. Good, lifting up into downward facing dog. Good, let's all come into our plank. You know what I'm like about these shoulders and our feet. We want to make sure that we've got that lovely wide stance. Let's push that scap in between the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Heart moves forward, lovely. Then press back into downward facing dog. Remembering that outward rotation of our arms that we've been working on all turn. See if you can turn the inner arms up. Breathe. Well done. Good. So group one, please gently drop your knees to the floor. Group two coming into plank. Lovely. Good. And then group one, cross the ankles. And then lower. Let's all lower ourselves down onto our tummies. Good. Let's do a bit of back strengthening now. Let's take the hands either side of our thighs. Keep the pubic bone down. Point the toes. Straighten the legs, lift the legs, and now lift the heart away from the floor. So we're not jutting the chin forward, you're bringing the chin into Salambhasana, our locust pose. Breathing into the belly, feeling that strengthening through the back. Lovely. Good, keep breathing. Well done. Now, when we're in these poses, what we tend to do is grip the teeth and the shoulders. See if you can release the eyes and the jaw and the shoulders and just let that soften. And just be in this pose. Just feeling Salambhasana, not forcing yourself into the pose. Well done. Group one, take a breath in and slowly come down. Gently take your head to one side and rest. Very nice. Good. And group two as well. Please coming down and resting. You know what, resting is such an important part of yoga. You know, it's this ability to let go of tightness and tension, of the last pose, of thoughts, judgments, criticisms, letting go of all that. Huge part of yoga practice. Well done. Let's do it one more time. Let's do Salambhasana again. So when you do a couple of back bends a couple of times, it really, the memory in the muscles stays here. So arms by the sides. Let's keep the pubic bone down, point the toes, lift the legs, and then lift the heart. It's like as you're just lifting the heart away from the floor. Keeping that length in the lower back. Good. Breathing into the belly. Again, taking the tension out of the pose. Group one, well done. Take a breath in and gently come down. Take the head to the other side. Group two, let's point the toes a little bit more. That's it. Lifting the knees away from the floor. Well done. And everybody release down. Take the head to the other side. Let's take the hands either side of the chest. Good, draw the belly in, tuck the toes under, come into plank, or come onto all fours, lift up again into downward facing dog. Well done. Good. So let's raise the left leg. Ease that right outer heel down towards the floor. Good, come up onto your tiptoes. Very nice. And then bending the left knee. Bringing the weight forward so shoulders are above the wrists. Lovely. And then bring that left foot in between your hands. Well done. If it needs a little helping hand, that's all fine. Just give it a little helping hand. Good. The fingertips are underneath your shoulders. Let's drop the hips down and lift the heart up. And press that right heel away from you. Lovely. Good. Take the back of your left hand onto your sacrum. Draw the belly in and let's start to rotate around to the left. If this feels a little bit too strong, gently group one, please drop your right knee down onto the floor. See how it feels for your back. Now make sure that left knee is directly above your left ankle. Yes, well done. Perfect. As you inhale, lift the heart, and as you exhale, we rotate around the spine. If it feels okay for the shoulder, take the left arm up towards the ceiling. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Keep the back of the left hand on the sacrum. Really nice, everybody. Well done. And then releasing, take the left fingertips back onto the floor. Look down at your right foot and just gently take your right heel onto your mat. Bend your left knee, draw the belly in, and let's stand up. So you're turning your hips now towards the right edge of your mat. Just have a quick look at your feet. Make sure that they're in alignment. Remember that left heel in direct alignment with your right instep. Good. Let's bend that left knee. Make sure the right knee is directly over the ankle. Inhale, take the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Lovely. Now look back at your right hand. Check it out. Make sure that you're not leaning forward. If anything, it's like someone's pulling you back. And then relax the face, turn the head, and look past the fingers on your left hand. And breathe. Let's all close the eyes. Check in with how it's feeling for you. Feeling your feet on the mat. Feeling the work in the legs as you gently press the feet apart from each other. Feel whether you're tensing into your shoulders. Can you release that tension in the eyes and the jaw? Can you be in your warrior pose? Come on, just bend that left knee a little bit more. A bit of a slippy mat there, actually, didn't you? Yeah. Good, doing great. Well done. Very nice. Good. Let's drop the right hand down, flipping the whole of the inner left arm up. Now when we do that, just be careful that left shoulder doesn't tense up. Stretch the left arm up towards the ceiling. Slide that right hand down towards your right ankle. Good. Group one, inhale and come back into your warrior pose. And just straighten the front leg for a moment. Take your hands onto your hips. Give yourself a little break. Good. Good. Group two as well now, please, coming back. Straighten your front leg. Let's all take the arms out to the sides. We're going to do trikonasana, but the legs are quite wide this morning. So let's stretch that left arm away. So it's someone's pulling your left hand away. Now have a quick look down at your left knee. Make sure number one, it's not being locked. And number two is rolling in the direction of your little toe. Good. Drop that left hand down. Back of the right hand on the sacrum. Here we go. We're going to rotate around the spine. Opening across the front of the chest. And then flip the inner right arm up towards the ceiling. Good. And then extend that hand above the shoulder. And just turn the palm towards the front. Good. Check in with how the neck is feeling. You want that chin tucked in. Feel the back of the skull lifting away from your spine. Lovely. Breathing well. You're doing so brilliantly. Strong in the legs, so draw both knees up towards the thighs. Good. Everyone breathing? Yes. Inhale, come up. Let's bend the left knee again. stretch to whatever you want to stretch to. Take your left elbow onto your knee. Flipping that right arm out again. Good. And then inhale. Let's stretch that right arm all the way over the head. Good. Try and move the right shoulder away from the ear. That's it. Rotating around the spine. Well done. Good. Keep breathing. Lovely, everybody. Group 2, if you wish to go a little bit further, we'll do the bind. Take the right hand behind you. Good. Reach down, reach underneath your left knee, holding your hand, your fingers, and then rotate around the spine. Just a little option for you. Good, well done. Group 1, beautifully done. Inhale and come up. Good, take the hands onto the hips, and let's take both feet forward. So both feet now pointing towards the right edge of your mat. Good. Group 2, gently release the bind if you're in one, and then come up. Let's take the feet forward. Lovely. Clasp the hands behind your back. Lift your heart. Lovely. Draw the belly in. Slight bend in the knees as we fold forward into our forward bend. Moving the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe. Good. Lovely, everybody. Well done. Lift the head, lift the heart. Inhale, come up. Good, well done. Take the hands onto the hips and turn your right foot towards the end of your mat. Lovely. You're going to now turn the hips and that back foot towards the front of your mat. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. That's it. And step your right foot back into downward facing dog. That was nicely done. Keep breathing. Group 1, please bend your knees, sit onto your heels and have a rest in child's pose. Nice, very nice. Good, remember always come into rest when your body tells you. Lovely. So group 1, let's join group 2 now, coming up onto all fours, tucking the toes under, joining them in downward facing dog. Lovely, well done. So now we're going to raise the right leg. Good. Again, come up onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Have a slight bend in that left knee. Can you move your left hip away from your left shoulder? Take the left outer heel down. Good, nice stretch to the back of the leg. Really press that right heel away as well. Good. Come up onto your tiptoes again, moving the weight forward, bend your right knee and bring the right foot in between your hands. Again, give yourself a little helping hand. Good, now the fingertips on the left hand, keep them on your mat. And now take the back of your right hand onto your sacrum. Lovely. We're going to rotate around the spine. Good, lifting the heart. Group 1, gently drop the left knee down onto the floor. This is lovely. Opening across the front of that right shoulder. Oh, it's killing me not being able to adjust you. But you know, you're all doing really well. But see if you can try not to just dump down into the hips. Draw the banders up. Open across the front of the chest. That's it. Lovely. Well done. If it feels okay for your shoulder, you can float that right arm up towards the ceiling. If it doesn't feel good for the shoulder, just keep the back of the right hand on the sacrum. Let's press that left heel away from us. Let's really straighten through. If you've got that back leg straight, straighten through the back leg. Good. Lift the heart, rotate around the spine. See if you can lift the left hip up a little bit so you're not dropping that left hip down. You're doing really well. Good, well done. Very nice. Take a breath in, everybody, bringing the right fingertips down. Nice, look down underneath your body and now turn your left heel onto the floor. Lovely, I'm just going to change legs. Good, so you're going to keep your left heel on the floor. Good, keep that right knee bent, draw the belly in, up we come, turning your hips towards this side, your left side of your mat. Good. Let's take into our warrior pose. Good, relaxing the shoulders. Lovely. Let's look back at our left hand. Just check that we're not leaning forward, that it's almost like someone's pulling you back with that left hand. And a little tip here is if you drop your left hip down towards your right heel, that then opens up a little bit more into the hips. All depends on how your inner thighs are feeling, of course. Good. Turn the head and look past the fingers on your right hand. Are you breathing? Good. Relax the shoulders, relax the eyes. Good. Can you lift the heart? That's it. Lovely. And then gently take the left hand down onto the knee, flipping the whole of the right inner arm up. Inhale, stretch up into your sun warrior. Reverse warrior sometimes this pose is called as well. I like sun warrior. Good. Just make sure that right knee is directly above its ankle. It's always good to have just a little double check. Sometimes it tends to roll forward a little bit. Good. Can you sink a little bit lower down into your hips? Well done. Good. Breathing well. Group one. Beautifully done. Inhale, come up. Group one. Straighten that front leg. Just take your hands onto your hips and have a little break. Good. And group two, inhale, come up. Let's do Trikonasana. We're going to take the arms out to the sides into our triangle pose, tucking into that right hip, stretching away towards your right foot. Really stretch, 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 stretch. Good. Take the right hand down, back of the left hand on the sacrum. Here we go. We're going to rotate around the spine. Turn the inner left arm up towards the ceiling, stretching it up away from your shoulder, but then embed the top of that left arm into the shoulder. Uthita Trikonasana, beautifully done everybody. Well done, keep breathing. Well done. Group one, drawing the belly in, inhale, come up. Take your hands onto your hips. Let's take a couple of breaths. Good. Group two, make sure that left arm doesn't swing back too far. That's it, Manny, bring it a little bit further forward, perfect. Good, group two, inhale, come up. Lovely, we're all going to take the hands on the hips, bending our right knee again. Check out that right knee is directly above its ankle. Good, bring the arms out to the sides. And then stretching away, good. Gently take your right elbow onto your knee, back of your left hand onto your sacrum. Draw the belly in, tailbone down. Let's rotate around the spine. Good, now again, turning that left inner arm up towards the ceiling and stretch up. Now, let's see if we can drop that right hip down towards the right heel. So you're not sticking your bottom out. Yeah, stretching that left arm all the way over your head. Well done. Group two, taking the bind if you wish to. That's it, taking that left hand behind you, reaching underneath your knee. Good, everybody, well done. Try and get that rotation. It's the rotating, isn't it, of the belly and the heart and the throat up towards the ceiling. Lovely. Good. Group one, well done. Pressing your feet into your mat. Inhale, come up. Take your hands onto your hips. Turn the feet forward. Lovely. Just making sure those toes are equidistant apart from the front of your mat. It's sort of quite good just to use your mat as a guide there. Group two, inhale, come up. Well done. Let's all take the hands onto the hips. Take the elbows back. So you're really getting the elbows moving back. It's like I'm behind you, drawing your elbows in towards each other. Good. Inhale, lift the heart, drawing the belly in. Keep the knees slightly bent as we fold forward. Release the hands from your hips and hold onto your elbows. Lovely. Just checking in with the knees. They're feeling okay. No one's locking their knees. Lifting those inner arches of the feet. The feet are so important, aren't they? They're really the foundation of our pose here. Lovely. You can just drop the arms down or hold on to the elbows, whatever feels comfortable for your spine. Good, keep breathing. Perfect. Good. Let's take the palms of the hands onto your shins. Or if you can easily reach your big toes, reach your big toes. When I say easily reach your big toes, what I mean is you can reach your big toes without curling the spine up. Yeah? So actually let's all start. Let's all start with the hands on the shins to start with. Now draw the belly in, move the heart forward and the shoulders back. Perfect. Now your hinge point is at your hips. So take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, hinging from the tops of your legs and fold forward. So the last thing that drops is the head. So then drop your head down. Good. You're feeling that, as I say, the hinge point is from the tops of the legs. It's not in the neck. Lovely. Now take the palms of the hands onto the shins again. Inhale, lift the heart. Good. Check out that the back is feeling nice and long and straight. And now slide the hands down your shins. But if you feel that you need to drop your head and the shoulders need to roll forward, then touching the toes is not a good idea. It's much better that we keep the palms of the hands on the shins. Good. Inhale, let's lift the heart forward and up. Lovely. And well done, everybody. Exhale, fold forward, holding onto your elbows, drop your head. Good, one more time, palms of the hands onto the shins or hold onto the big toes. Inhale, moving the heart forward and up, shoulders away from the ears. Big toes pressing down, lifting the inner arches of the feet up. Nicely done. And exhale and fold forward. Well done. Very nice. Good. Let's all now take the fingertips onto the floor. Bend the knees. Lift the heels away from the floor. And just bring the heels slightly in towards each other. So your heels are closer together than your toes. Bend the knees. So we're trying to move the knees towards the little toes. Draw the belly in and take the hands into the heart. Draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone down, coming into goddess pose. Good. Now just move from side to side, straightening one leg and then the other. Moving in one plane. Good. It's a lovely way of massaging into the hips. Good. Breathe. Breathe in and then breathe out as you stretch. Breathe in and then breathe out. Move in time with your breath. Manny, slow it down a bit. So breathing in and breathing out. And as you breathe out, see if you can sink a little bit lower every time. Good. Try and stand up. So have the heart lifted. So we're looking forward, not down. Heart is moving forward, not down. Oh, it's quite hard work, isn't it, being a goddess? Okay, bend the knees. Draw the belly in, tailbone down. Lift the heart, interleave the fingers together and point the forefingers up towards the ceiling. Good, straighten the legs, stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Well done. Take a nice breath in, bend the knees in the direction of your little toes and bring the hands into the heart. Good. Let's do a little bit of moving. Good. Good. And then coming to your center. Draw the belly in. Well done. Straighten the legs. Stretch the arms up interleave the fingers and point and just come into the Anjali Mudra. Close your eyes. Yes, we're feeling sensations in the hips and in the legs. You're working really hard. Can you stay with it? Can you breathe into it? Can you relax your shoulders, your face, your jaw? Can you stay centered? Stuff might be coming into the mind like, I wish you'd hurry up, or I really want to straighten my legs. Can you just stay with these sensations? You're doing brilliantly, well done. Stretch the legs, take the hands onto the hips, and then move the feet so they're parallel. Oh, what a relief. Good, well done. Let's heel toe the feet back and then step the feet back. You're going to stand in Tadasana. Good, so the arms by the sides. Feet to be together, or the feet can be hip width apart, remembering on how it feels for your back. So really connecting with how it's feeling. Coming to Tadasana, it's a lovely pose to check in with how the body is feeling. Let's bring our attention down to our feet. Lift all the toes away from the floor. As it's spreading them nice and wide, fingers take part as well, and then take the toes one at a time back down onto the floor. This is with your eyes closed, if that feels okay. It really helps then to bring your attention down into the earth. This is what we need at times like this ability to ground ourselves, to center ourselves, to balance ourselves. So there's a lot of stuff going on in our heads. We're now bringing our attention and our energy down a little into the feet. Great pose Tadasana to do that. Good, so just being aware of the texture of the mat underneath the soles of your feet, underneath each of your toes. Can you feel each base of the toe on the floor? Can you feel that slight shift as you lift the inner arches of the feet up and the outer heels down? Can you feel it's like you're bouncing the energy up from the inner arches of the feet up through the inner thighs, up through the Mula Bandha, through the center of the heart, through behind the backs of the eyes, and it's like someone's lifting you up through the crown of your head. And then now can you release tension away from the lower back, around the buttocks, around the shoulders, around your face, around your eyes and your jaw. Just be here in this pose, in Tadasana, mountain pose, the base of the mountain, strong, grounded, supporting you. The peak of the mountain, the crown of your head, lifting you up, soaring up above the clouds. And then the breathing. The breathing is deep, quiet. And see if you can feel the breath in the lower part of the body, in the belly and in the rib cage. Again, bringing your attention down a little to this area. It's called the Apana Vayu. Bringing the breath down into the lower part of the body. Again, a lovely way of grounding us, centering us. So really feeling the belly expanding as you breathe in and releasing as you breathe out. All that work you've done with strengthening your backs this morning, feeling the back of the body strong, feeling the front of the body strong, feeling an equal balance between front and back of the body. Feeling the sides of the body, we did quite a lot of side stretches as well this morning. So feeling the sides of the body equal, left and right. You may need to make a little adjustment. You know, the habit, we hold on to parts of tension. So let that go. Just being here in your body with your breath. That's all you need. something ahead of you that you can just gaze at, that's not moving. And take the weight onto your right foot. We're going to do tree pose. We're going to start by taking the hands onto the hips, turning your left heel onto your right ankle bone. The ball of your left foot is on the floor. Good. Now feel the hips are level. The hips are level because of the way you're standing now. And we're going to try and keep those level. And we can either keep that left foot on the floor, or we can raise the ball of the left foot away from the floor, or we can start to slide the left foot up the inner thigh, but only go as high as, so what we're not doing is yanking this left foot up. We're keeping the hips level, we're keeping that line between the right and that level line between the right and the left hip. So your leg might not go very high. Good. Keeping your gaze on that point, take the hands into the heart. Breathe. Choosing to stay here. Again, this is a nice grounded way of practicing tree pose this morning. If you would like to go a little bit further, we can take the arms up above the head. Do whichever feels right. You know, this is what yoga is about. It's about what is feeling right for me right now. So the beauty of practicing yoga when you practice on your own, as well as in the class, but particularly when you're on your own, it's only you. So you can make that decision, what is right for me, rather than perhaps thinking, oh, maybe I should take my arms up above my head. Yoga is your practice. It's your practice. It's not mine. It's not the person next door to you. It's your practice. Good. Now let's see if we can keep that left foot up and bring the hands back into the heart if you have your arms straight. I'm a bit wobbly today. Whoops, so lazy. Take your hands onto your hips and stretch that left leg out in front of you. Good. Now take the palms of the hands onto the heart. Good. We're going to be like a pendulum now. We're going to swing that left leg back, draw the belly in, and fold forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3. Press the left heel away from you. Good. If you want to go a little bit further, take the arms out in front of you. But you don't need to do any of that. You can keep the hands at the heart and stay in tree pose. Good. Lovely. Keep breathing. Oh, I didn't today either. Good. Well done. Inhale and come back to the center and replace the left foot down. Well done. Let's come back to Tadasana. And we're going to change sides. We're going to move the weight onto the left foot, hands on the hips, turn the right foot out to the side, taking that right heel onto the left ankle bone. Find your drishti point, that point where you can just soft gaze. And then taking the hands into the heart, choosing where you place your foot. We tend to say, or in fact it is right, wherever the foot was last time, keep it on this side as well. Even though you may have one side that's feeling more flexible than the other, stay in, we want to get balance in the body and equilibrium. Good, keep breathing, choosing to keep the hands at the heart or take the arms up, whichever feels more for you today. Lovely. Breathing well. And then bring the hands into the heart. Good. Bring the hands onto the hips and stretch the right leg out in front of you. Lovely. Lift the heart. Palms of the hands into that. Here we go. We're going to pendulum back again into your Virabhadrasana 3. Good. So we're looking down towards the front of the mat. You can float the arms out ahead of you. Lovely. Well done. Take a breath in, come back to the center, Lovely, and replace that right foot down. Nicely done. Let's take the hands by the sides again. Coming back to Tadasana. Very good. Good. Take the feet slightly apart. Turn the inner arms out. Inhale. Stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhaling, folding forward, coming into a forward bend. Gently drop your head. Release the tension in the neck or in the shoulders. Just feeling the lengthening through the backs of the legs, through the lower back. And hold on to the elbows if that feels good for the shoulders. Or sometimes I just like my arms just drop down. Just releases into the shoulders a little bit. Lovely. Very nice. Good. And then dropping the arms down, tucking the tailbone down, bend your knees, uncurl, vertebra by vertebra by vertebra, coming up one at a time. Lovely. And then coming back to Tadasana. Well done. So we're just going to do one seated pose before we move into a breathing practice. So if you just make sure you've got a yoga belt. So if you're doing this at home, just grab a belt or a tie or a dressing gown cord or something like that. And I'd like you to sit down. So you might need to put a block underneath your bottom. Sorry, class, I forgot to tell you. If you'd like to grab a block, grab a block. Yeah, you can use the bolster. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Very good. Oh, it's difficult not adjusting you. Get my hands on you, but you all did so well. Thank you. Well done. Okay, have the legs nice and wide apart. If you're sitting on a block or sitting, you can use a book at home. I used to use telephone directories. I don't think, do we still have telephone directories? I haven't seen one for years, actually. Yeah, you get skinny ones, yeah. But if you need a little bit of height, even if you've just rolled up a mat or just sat on your mat, or just to give yourself a little height, if your back's feeling a little vulnerable, then that's all good. Okay, let's take the hands behind us and just lift up the heart. Good. Now, we're gently drawing the balls of the feet towards us and draw the knees up towards the thighs. That's it. But now, remember this thing we've been doing about not overdoing the backs of our knees by pressing the backs of the knees down. Bring the heels in like you stuck them on something and you're just trying to draw them in a little bit. And it takes the pressure off the backs of the knees. Good. Let's take the hands behind us and lift the heart. Drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other. Good. Really opening into the hips. So I just want to do this just before we sit, because we're going to be sitting for a while in a breathing and a meditation practice. So this is a nice way just to open up the hips, particularly after our practice, just to release any tightness in the hips. Good. Lovely. Take your belts and take one end around one foot and the other end around the other. So we're going to have a nice straight back. Again, if you feel that the shoulders want to roll forward, pop yourself on another cushion or another book. Good. Drawing the belly in, and let's lift the heart. Lovely. So you can gently pull on the straps. Don't pull too strongly, but it really helps you just lever the heart up a little bit. So you get that lovely straight spine. Lovely. Take a breath in. Draw the belly in, and I would like you to bring your chin in, close your eyes, and start to fold forward from the tops of the legs. Please feel you're not jamming the backs of your knees down. Remember, have that slight bringing of the heels towards you. Walk your hands down your strap. Now open your eyes. Have your shoulders roll forward. So, are you looking down? If not, that's all good. You can move the heart forward. If the shoulders are rolling forward, come up slightly. It might be better. It'd be better for your back to do that. Good. Now close your eyes again. Let's draw the belly in. Roll the knees out slightly towards the little toes. And focus on your exhale. exhalation breath. So as you exhale, you fold forward. We're not pulling ourselves into it, we're letting the breath guide us into our seated forward bend. Bring the chin in, heart moves forward, and breathe. Well done. Lovely, everybody. Well done. Inhale, lift your head and lift your heart. Nicely done. Good. Just take your right hand behind you, your left hand in front of you, and twist gently around to your right. Good. Lovely. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhaling, that's when we do our twist. Good. Inhale back to the centre. Let's change sides. Taking the right hand in front of you, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, twisting around to your left. Good. Try to keep that right sitting bone down. Lovely. Perfect. Inhale, come back to the centre. Well done. Take your hands behind the backs of your knees, like this. So you scoot the hands behind the backs of the knees, bend the knees, and bring the soles of the feet together. Lovely. Just in Baddha Konasana. So let's take the hands behind us again. You can take the fingertips onto the floor, that's perfect. And lift the heart. Good. Opening into the hips. Perfect, everybody. Well done. Good. And well done. Release. So, if you'd like to pop yourself onto your bolsters, grab your blankets and anything you're going to need for Shavasana, because we're going to go straight into Shavasana after our pranayama practice. And we're coming back to where we started, which was sitting comfortably. So remember, we need to give ourselves lots of height. So you need to put some extra blocks underneath your bolster or your cushions at home, or again, please sit in a chair, then please do so. Very important that we're comfortable, that we feel that groundedness through our sitting bones. The left and the right sitting bone feeling equal. Taking the hands onto the thighs and lift the heart. Let the shoulders roll away from the ears. Yeah, good. And again, we're moving now from focusing on our physical body to now turning our attention into the breathing body. I'm just going to guide you through a gentle breathing meditation just for a few minutes before we lie down. This is a lovely way again of just bringing us back to the present moment by simply connecting with your breath. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It calms your nervous system. Such a useful thing to know, that by focusing on the breath, your nervous system calms down. That fight or flight response that when we're feeling in times of anxiety and stress, that response is balanced, it's dampened down in a way by the parasympathetic nervous system. So just gently bring your attention to your breath in the belly. Feel the breath in the belly like a soft lining within the belly. Behind the navel, behind the lower back, in front of the lower back, maybe. Feeling the front of the belly, the sides of the belly, and the back, all moving, the air circulating, prana circulating around the pelvis. This soft lining of breath inside our bodies. being aware of the movement of the body as we breathe in and out. Feel the breath in the front, behind the ribs, and behind the sides of the ribs, inside the ribs, and at the back of the ribs. And then feeling the breath around the heart, behind the back of the heart, towards the shoulder blades. And then knowing that your whole body is breathing, gently bring your attention to the breath at the nostrils. Just gently settling your attention at the breath at the nostrils. Maybe noticing the cooler air as you breathe in and the warmer air as you breathe out. Noticing the movement of air through the aperture and maybe onto the insides of the nostrils. Don't worry if you find that difficult. Just keep the attention at the opening of the nostrils. So knowing the whole body breathes, but your attention is just resting at the nostrils. And as you breathe in, visualizing drawing the prana from far away, drawing it towards you up through both of those nostrils to meet at the point in between your eyebrows, the apex point. And as you breathe out, breathing out from that apex point, down through both nostrils and out, far away into the distant horizon. So as you breathe in, drawing prana from far away, up into the nostrils to meet at the Ajna chakra, the mind's eye, in between the eyebrows, and as you breathe out, allowing that breath to leave the center of the eyebrows, down through both nostrils, and out into the distant horizon. And as you breathe in, drawing that prana from far away, deep up into that apex point, visualize light and energy as you breathe in. And as you breathe out any worries, tension, negative thoughts, tiredness. Just let it leave. Breathe it away. And then replace it with that light and energy that you're drawing in. Let's practice for a few more breaths, and then when you're ready, please lie down in your Shavasana. If you have a meditation practice and would prefer to sit up, that's fine, please do so. Otherwise, please lie down. sure you're comfortable, moving your shoulders away from your ears. Your tailbone moves towards your heels. And relax your face, your jaw, your eyes. moving your toes and your fingers. And then gently just open your eyes. Stay lying down, just open your eyes. And just observe how you feel. So when we practice yoga, we come into the present moment very naturally as we focus on our body and our breath. It's that simple, being present. The mind is calm. The nervous system is balanced. If you were to take your blood pressure and your heart rate now, it would probably be lower than when you started your practice. So use your yoga practice, particularly at times like this, these times of uncertainty, anxiety, even fear. Use your practice to bring you back to this state of balance that you're feeling right now, an equilibrium. You know it works. So things change all the time, as we well know. But what is always constant is your breath and your body. But as yogis, we have this amazing thing. We have this amazing gift of being able to get onto our mats, even if it's for 5 minutes, or whether it's for 90 minutes, as you've just done, and just to come back to the truth, which is our bodies, our breath, and this moment. Everything else is thoughts, emotions, stories, drama. And this is why I'm so happy that you've either chosen to come here or you're practicing at home. Thank you. So let's come out of Shavasana now. Let's bend the knees onto the chest, draw your thighs down towards you, and then gently come up to sitting when you're ready. You can pop yourselves back onto your bolsters or your cushions, and let's just finish our practice by taking the palms of our hands together into our heart. And if you'd like to join me, let's chant our Om. So let's exhale, inhale. And then gently bow your head to your higher self, to your inner self. Blink open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Namaste. Thanks.